Welcome back, guys. So yeah, it's been 3 weeks. I tried to stream a little bit on my vacation. That didn't go well. I was in different places and my internet was bad. So I'm back at my hometown. I'll be working from home for another 2 to maybe 3 to 4 weeks, and then I'll be back to Stockholm. So until then, my schedule will be mostly on weekdays. And after I get back to Stockholm, I'll have to think about how my schedule will look like. But right now, yeah, I'll be getting back to daily streams and without any interruption. And I'll also have my own context of what's going on because right now I'm again completely oblivious of what the fuck is happening. I'll have to read through my code and see where we left off. And yeah, this time I'll also have a better understanding because I'm pretty blacked out. So when I read my code, I believe I'll have some new ideas, or maybe I'll find new bugs. But so overall, we are still working on our own kernel. We managed to finish a lot of subsystems and currently working on the VFS layer. And here it's just mostly our picture of how we start from file open to how we reach the block layer, how we parse the extent for metadata to find the proper physical block. And then once we have the actual output of physical block, we need to pass it further as a directory entry. And yeah, mostly that is what we have to do, and we probably have to do it in a recursive way so that we can keep parsing the entire full path. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I believe this is the final exam to do. Here we have the entire setup ready, run it, fix all errors, giving the physical block. I guess this is not the one. We probably already parsed the directory entry. Yeah, so here we have the parse directory entry. So let me just show the full flow once again. So it'll be easy for everyone. So we take an input which is a full path. We start from the root node because that's the first node, and we already know it's a hard-coded inode number. So we get the inode number of the root, which is just 2, and then we try to convert that inode into a inode structure. An inode structure has extents. Every extent is actually a physical block or a physical range of blocks. So we can read all extents and their physical blocks, and if we merge them together, we get the output of the content of the root node. Now we need to parse that output or the content of the root node as either a directory entry or a file entry. In our case, it's just directory entry, so we pass it as directory entry. And yeah, once you have the directory entry, you can get into it and you will get further nodes within it. It can either be a directory node or a file node. That's the entire flow, and you do that recursively until you finish the entire full path. That is, we start from slash and then we have etc. So we go into all the directories within root node and we check if there is any directory with name etc. If it does, then we get the inode of that inode number of that 8C, and we do the same thing again. We just convert it into structs, get the extents, parse the extents, get the physical block, read the physical block, then get the contents of the physical block, then further parse it as either file or directory entry. So it's a recursive operation. This is what I remember, and yes, last Monday I did stream for a while, and I did manage to finish the directory parsing. I believe so. So let's check that. Looks like we did parse it, and we are returning the directory count that is within that content that we took. So let's see. Let me just try to build it. And looks like parse entry written. So we have the actual content of the, and then we have the actual recursive parsing. Here we have a message called directory entry. Maybe it's inside this. Yeah, so here we are actually printing the name of the directory. And as you can see, the first one is just dot, which is correct because every directory actually has these two values, which is just dot and dot dot, which is to say, which is just pointers to current directory and the previous directory. So what we have to do is we have to check why is it not working, because as you can see, this is our image. So if there's multiple fields and we have a file name at the end of that, so in every iteration we have to move past the size plus file name. So I do remember trying to debug this issue, because as you can see, the first time when we do this, we are able to get the value as dot properly, but the next all other items we just have empty string. That just means probably our offset logic seems to be somehow off track. So here we see, so here we start from the raw bytes. So we have the entire raw bytes of the directory entry, and we know we can parse this directory entry as directory extend directory node, which is just a simple structure which has few fields and one dynamic field. So we which is the character name, which is the file name, and this does not have a static length, so we need to actually read this length and use that here to move past this structure. So what we do is we initially take the raw bytes and the current offset, which is just 0. So we start from 0. We cast the entire thing and we get the current node's length and we print it. So the current node's length is just 1. Okay, that's fine. So current node's length is 1. We print that and we print the directory entry, which is just current node length. So because if we start from the file names field, which is the starting address of that file name, and we can move up to n length. So that's why we keep printing that, and we see that it was able to print dot. After that, we have to increment the current, because current is the one that is giving us the offset value. So we have the currents, and currently we are using the record length to move past it. So maybe let's just print record length to see what it gives. So let's just say your printer runs record length, and let's just use L, and you can use this current node, and it's record length. So if we do that, let's see what we get. So the initial value is just that we get a current record length of 12 bytes. Is that valid? Is it just 12 bytes? I guess it's 64 bits is one 64 bits to bytes. This is 8 bytes, so this is 4 bytes, and this plus this is another 4 bytes, so it's 8 bytes. 8 bytes plus 1 character, because as we already know, the current node name length is just 1, so 1 byte. So overall it should be just 9 bytes, right? But the record length says 12. Maybe it just added 4. Okay, so we better just say something like it's always 8 plus length, because it's 8 bytes, which is constant, plus current node length. Let's see. Now we just move past. Yes, hi. Yeah, I'm away for a long time, and and I couldn't get any time to stream at all. Hope everyone's good. So it's 8 is the constant, because we just have 3 fields, which is 32 bytes, 32 bits plus 32 bits, so it's 64 bits, so it's 8 bytes. And we have 1 character length here, so it should be just 9 bytes. And current is initially set to 0. So if If everything is correct, this should be the actual value to get passed. Okay, so what we can do is that instead of printing this, let's print up to 250. Let's print 250 characters, and let's also print I, so we know which character is actually the next structures starts of file name. So we can maybe detect what we are doing wrong. And we need to add a line break here. Okay, I get the issue. Let's just parse this one. I have to parse multiple times. Let's parse it once. As you can see, the values are there, so we just have to properly get past it. So we have the 0th okay, so we start from current node's file name, which is the initial first node's file names fields address. We start from there and we just print 250 characters. So the first character is dot, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Why is there 9 bytes? Okay, so yeah, as we know, the entire struct will take 8 bytes. So this logic should have worked. So we are here, and the current is just probably is, let's say, at 0, and then we increment 8 plus 1, that is 9. And then okay, so we are casting that address here, so it's fine. So all I have to do is just increment the current with node length, and it should work. Let's see, current node length, and I think it should work now. Now I get the issue, because currently what I was doing is that if I'm incrementing it past 8, but I'm also using file name as the starting address. So that means I simply have to only move past one character. No, that's not correct. Let's just run it and see what's there. Yeah, it's still not correct. But the value is there in the 9th. From here, this is the first bit, which is 0th bit. And then after 9 index, we can actually see the next file name. So it is there. So only my offset is wrong. All I have to do is figure out why my offset is wrong. Uh, then I guess instead of, I can say zeroth offset. And I'm using current as the base. That means I have 8 bytes and another byte, so it's 9 bytes. Now if I increment the current to 7 plus 1, because it starts from 0. 0 to 7 is 8. And then plus 1 is just 8. So it should be, I think, we can just say 8 plus current node length. It should be 8 plus 1 is 9. But then we also have to consider that we start from index 1. So we reduce 1 from that. So it would be 9 minus 1, which is 8. So we start from 8 byte. Let's test it. Still nothing. Why is that? I'm pretty sure. Maybe instead of taking it as maybe instead of just taking it as offset, maybe I could just say I can just take this address plus 1 and I can just store that as the base address and I can use that here directly. That should also work. Okay, let's just say raw bytes here. We can remove this here. After that, here the current should be now equal to current current nodes file name plus current node length. Guess this should work. Okay, we have some error. Okay, we can just cast it as what's the type of current? Current is UN64, so just cast it as UN64P. And if I run it, I need to again cast this as UN64 thing. Now I should have done past all errors. Now I'm keep printing the first point. So, part. But its current file name is an address. I'm incrementing it that with 1, so this is the new address. And if we okay, I can current here. I think now it should work. Yep, it works. I think we have passed that. Or maybe something else went wrong. Maybe something else went wrong. Okay, now it's working perfectly. Now all we have to do is change this and remove this debug. And we can remove this and remove this. And we don't need this log either. Now if we run it, some formatting is still not right. Let's just run it once more. What am I missing? Directory entry is this. Current node length is 100. Probably I'm still doing something wrong. Why? So we start from raw bytes and we have the number of pass nodes. We cast that as current nodes, and then we get the length. We print that. And then finally we cast maybe Let me first do the increments. So this would be bytes character plus 1, and then I cast it as that. Still not good enough. Maybe it's taking a value. No, it is working here. And current node length of int 8. So if I add this with this, it should be correct. Okay, let's just print current so that we know how far we have gone past. Current address. Should be current. So this is the first current address, and then we have move past 0 is the first byte. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we should start from 9 to it. So this is correct. Why the fuck is it not working? And we cast the 9th bit as this. Because I'm pretty sure when I actually printed the file names, after 9 bytes, I was able to get the next directory's output. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Let's just print 9 here. Let's see what happens. So if we start from 9, what happens? We get nothing. If we start from 8, what do we get? We still don't get anything. We start from 10, what do we get? What the fuck? We still don't get anything. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start from 7 then. What happens there? Nothing is there. Okay. Maybe this logic is just wrong. If we start from currents, we are able to get the first value correct. So this is the base address and it is working. But the moment I increment it, address is going to be L and its value. So it's going to be raw bytes plus Y, comma, raw byte. Okay, let's print this. Let's remove this to just be 1. And if we run it now, okay, I also have to put raw byte plus Y. So we have the first address, there is 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7th bytes has dot dots. 7, 8. All the 3 values has dot dot. That's just so fucked up. And then let's just count it. 1, 2, 3. I can count from behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bytes. So probably this is the one that should have got the value 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. And then we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. And then we have this. Here we only have 7 address, and then we have the value 1, 2, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here there's only 6. What the fuck is happening? Maybe it depends on the value that is present here. Maybe. But then this should be still be just static, right? Overall, this cannot be more than, maybe it's packed. So in case this has less bytes, it's not using the entire bytes unless it actually has a value in it. Probably. But then how can we even get past that if that's the case? No, that's not possible. If that's the case, we won't even be able to cast it properly. Maybe it's just 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. I believe so. So it is just 8. I think I should just print the character instead of string, so it's just going past. It should be better. That's just so fucking sad. Okay, at least I have a gist of what's going on. So it is definitely just 8 bytes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Looks like we need to start from 92. But why? I don't know. I have no clue. No freaking clue. No freaking clue of what's the order this is. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Why is it not fucking getting copied? Oh shit, 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 shit. Let's kill this. Let's copy maybe from here. Home. Well, let's take from bin then. Oh my fucking. Okay. Okay. Oh shit, I can't believe that. Okay. I think I need to use my two fucking hands. It's just coming from here. Okay. And we also need information about our structure, which is this. Let's remove this. why is the length of the directory extend for entry different between each and each? I am not able to parse this struct. Offset is uneven. Even I am already getting the length of the file name to move past that. Still, the offsets are different. Let's see why. Okay. Multiple of 4 bytes. Okay, so if it's not, so we take the record length, but in case the record length is not 4 bytes multiple, we just pad it. I tried with record length to it's still no good. Oh, fuck. So looks like we can't simply keep repeatedly reading these values. Looks like we need to stop and try to parse something else. Okay, so this is the only step that we are missing, because when I parsed it, the record length was actually 12. So we can just simply use record length. Only thing that we need to fix is that here we can just use record length. This actually, let's just remove everything. Okay, so we are at the initial state. So currently we are starting from just the normal version, which is current being 0. And then here we can just use record length. So it's going to be current nodes record length. If we do that, we should get current length as 12, which is correct. So we start from record length -1, I believe. Still no goods. It's still no goods. And so the current length should be what we have to do is we parse slash and then we parse double slash and then we stop parsing it as linearly, because we probably have to parse something this, I don't know what the fuck that means, but we have to parse this and then we can start parsing linearly again. That's just new information that I did not know. So let's write a to-do here to understand it first. Can we linearly parse entire directory entry, or is there some special edge cases manually parsed? Example, let's take this as an example, but we'll do a full research again. See if this is real or not. Overall, that's the only thing to confirm, as currently parsing it linearly not working, even though the values are. Okay, guys, so far at least today, we managed to understand a new issue because we printed the entire content as string, and we can see that the values are there, but then the difference between those entries are bit unclear. I'm not sure because we have a structure and we can cast it and reach those values, but looks like those structures are in different sizes, and for some reason extent also has this entry that we need to move past manually. So we need to do another research of properly understanding the type and then again do the parsing. Yeah, let's do that tomorrow. Uh, Hi, but I just we will see in next stream. Sorry, bro. I'll have to leave now. Bye bye.